Imagine two giants. Not people, but cities. Big, beautiful, full of life. On one side of Africa we have Accra. It sits by the warm Atlantic Ocean, salty sweet, the sun shines bright and the people smile even brighter. Accra feels like a big friendly hug. It's a city that dances to its own beat. A beat that says Akwaba, which means welcome. You feel it the moment you arrive. On the other side of the continent we have Nairobi. This city is different. High up, cool and green. They call it the Green City in the sun. It has a huge national park right inside the city. You can see a giraffe with a skyscraper in the background. So we have these two amazing cities, Accra, the coastal star, and Nairobi, the highland hub. Accra versus Nairobi. Let's go see what makes Accra and Nairobi tick. Our tour is about to begin. Let's talk about the feeling. You get the vibe. In Accra, the vibe is all about the coast. The city breathes with the ocean. The air is thick, warm, humid. It slows you down in a good way. People are not in a crazy rush. They take their time to talk, to laugh, and to connect. Life moves to the rhythm of high-life music. It's a city of bright colors. You see it in the clothes people wear, the art on the walls, and the fishing boats on the beach. Nairobi's vibe is completely different. It's electric. The air is cool and crisp because the city is high above sea level. This energy makes you want to move. People walk fast, they talk fast, they drive fast. It's a city of ambition, a true economic hub. You can feel the hustle in the air. In Accra, you go to Makola Market. It's a beautiful chaos. In Nairobi, you have Maasai Market. It's more organized. Both markets show you the heart of the city, but in their own unique way. So the heartbeat of Accra is slow, steady, and warm. The heartbeat of Nairobi is fast, energetic, and ambitious. Both are powerful, both are magnetic. It just depends on the rhythm you want to dance to. Let's talk about money. It's important, right? It decides what you can eat, where you can live, and how much fun you can have. In Accra, your money can stretch a little further for some things. The cost of living is generally lower than in Nairobi. Waki jollof rice from a street vendor for very little money. A ride on a trotro, the local bus, is also very cheap. Rent for a simple apartment outside the fancy areas is affordable. However, if you want a more Western lifestyle, things change. Imported goods in Accra can be very expensive. So, Accra has two faces when it comes to cost. Now let's fly over to Nairobi. Nairobi is known to be one of the more expensive cities in East Africa. Generally, day-to-day costs are higher here. Your monthly rent for a similar type of apartment will also be higher, especially in safe and popular neighborhoods. Matatus are cheap. Using ride-sharing apps for safety and convenience can get pricey. The city has many modern malls with international brands, and they come with international price tags. The quality of housing can be very good. You can find modern apartments with great facilities like gyms, swimming pools. The variety of restaurants and cafes is huge. You can find food from all over the world. Your budget needs to be bigger, but the options are wider. It feels more like a global city in that way. Getting from one place to another is a big part of city life. In Accra, the main way to get around is by trotro. These are minibuses that run on set routes. They are cheap, colorful, and an experience in themselves. The driver's assistant, or mate, shouts out the destination and collects the money. There are also taxis and ride-sharing apps like Uber and Bolt. Traffic in Accra can be very, very bad, especially during rush hour. A short trip can take a long time. The government is building new roads and flyovers to help with the traffic. Kotoka International Airport is modern and impressive. Nairobi, on the other hand, has more options. It has Matatus, Nairobi's minibuses, loud music, crazy decorations, fast and cheap if you're brave. But Nairobi also has a growing train network. The Standard Gauge Railway, or SGR, connects Nairobi to the coast. Even with trains, traffic in Nairobi is legendary. But the road network is more developed. Big highways and bypasses. Ride-sharing apps are popular and work well. So in Nairobi you have more choices, but you'll probably still wait in traffic. It's the price you pay for living in a busy, growing city. Culture is the soul of a city. It's the music, the art, the history, and of course, the people. Accra's culture is warm, expressive, deeply connected to its history. The city is the heart of the Ga people. You can really feel their traditions in the festivals, the language, the food, but you know, Accra is also a mix of many cultures from all over Ghana and West Africa. People are incredibly friendly and polite. Saying good morning and asking about someone's family is normal, even with strangers. History is everywhere in Accra. You can visit Jamestown, the oldest part of the city. You see the old lighthouse and the fishing community that has been there for centuries. You can also visit Independence Square. And the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. Nairobi's culture is a dynamic mix of old and new. The city is young and its culture is always changing. It has people from all of Kenya's many ethnic groups, plus a large international community. This makes it a true melting pot. The culture is entrepreneurial and fast-paced. People are focused on the future. You can see Maasai people in their traditional red shuka walking in the city center. It's sometimes called the Silicon Savannah because of its booming tech scene. There is a strong culture of art, fashion, and music. Nairobi's culture is a blend of African traditions, modern ambition, and global influences. It's a culture that is constantly inventing itself, which is very exciting to watch. So, how do people make a living? Well, this is a key part of any city's lifestyle. In Accra, the economy is growing, and there are many different ways people work. A lot of folks are in the informal sector, which basically means they run their own small businesses. Selling things in the market, driving a taxi, working as a tailor. This spirit of entrepreneurship is honestly very strong. It's really a city of small business owners, and that gives Accra a very dynamic ground-level energy. But there's also a growing formal sector. Accra is the economic center of Ghana, so you'll find many big companies. The oil and gas industry has brought in a lot of money and jobs, and the tech scene is starting to grow too, with new startups and innovation hubs popping up. Now, Nairobi is the undisputed economic powerhouse of East Africa. The city is a major hub for business, finance, and technology. Many international companies have their African headquarters right here, which means there are many formal jobs, especially for skilled professionals. The United Nations has a major office in Nairobi, attracting a large international community. Compared to Accra, Nairobi's economy is more formal and corporate. They call it the Jua Kali sector, which means hot sun in Swahili. Nairobi's tech scene, known as the Silicon Savannah, is also much more developed than Accra's, making Nairobi a magnet for young, ambitious people from all over Africa. What do people do for fun? After a long week of work, it's time to relax and enjoy life. Accra honestly knows how to have a good time. The city's nightlife is legendary. It all happens in Osu, a neighborhood packed with nightlife. Bars, restaurants, clubs, you can find places with live music, rooftop bars with stunning views, big clubs where you can dance all night to Afro beats. During the day, the beach is the place to be. Labadi Beach is the most famous one, and on weekends, it's a big party. You'll see musicians, acrobats, people selling food and drinks. You can even ride a horse on the sand or just chill out and watch the waves. Now, Nairobi offers a different kind of fun. Because of its cool weather, the culture is more about cafes and restaurants than beaches. Ethiopian, Italian, Japanese, Westlands and Kilimani are popular areas with lots of trendy bars and restaurants. People gather for nyama choma, which is grilled meat and a Kenyan favorite. But the most unique thing about Nairobi is its nature. You don't even have to leave the city to go on a safari. Nairobi National Park is right there. You can actually see lion zebras with the city skyline in the background. Fun in Nairobi is a mix of urban sophistication and amazing wildlife adventures. Quality of life, is about more than just money and fun. It's about feeling safe, healthy, comfortable. In Accra, the quality of life is really tied to its relaxed pace. People are generally less stressed. The strong sense of community makes everyone feel supported. Family social connections are super important for happiness. However, public services can definitely be a challenge. Electricity can be unreliable. Water supply can be unreliable. They call the power cuts dumb sore. And it's just a part of life. Healthcare is available, but the best hospitals are private and can be expensive. Finding a place to live in Accra can be quite an adventure. The city has a mix of old houses and new houses, airport residential area and East Legon. The warmth of the people is a big positive. The vibrant culture is another big positive. In Nairobi, the quality of life can be very high, especially if you have a good income. The city has excellent private healthcare facilities. There are many international schools, great for families, Karura Forest and Uhuru Park. However, security can be a concern in Nairobi. Many houses and apartments are in gated compounds with security guards. It's a city of high rewards, but also high demands. As the day ends, just imagine two different sunsets. In Accra, the sun sinks into the Atlantic Ocean, and the sky turns a fiery orange-purple. The light reflects on the water. Fishermen are pulling their colorful boats onto the shore, and the sound of the waves is calm and steady. People are sitting on plastic chairs by the beach, drinking a cold beer and talking about their day. The air is still warm, and the vibe is peaceful and content. Accra at sunset is like a beautiful poem about community, tradition, and the simple joy of being alive by the sea. It promises another warm, welcoming day tomorrow. At the same time, hundreds of miles away, the sun sets over Nairobi. The city is high up, so the view is different. The setting sun paints the sky behind the tall buildings of the skyline. The glass on the skyscrapers catches the last rays of light, making them glow. Below, the city is still buzzing. The lights of the cars create long red rivers and white rivers on the highways. From a viewpoint overlooking the national park, you might see a giraffe walking slowly as the city lights begin to twinkle in the distance. Nairobi at sunset is a dramatic picture of ambition, progress, and the wild beauty of nature living right next to a modern metropolis. So which city wins? There is no winner, there can't be. Accra and Nairobi are two proud, brilliant African stars, shining in their own unique ways. Accra is the heart, warm and beating with a soulful rhythm. Nairobi is the mind, sharp and racing with ideas and ambition. Choosing between them isn't about which is better, it's about who you are.